Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this amazing presentation tonight on this spectacular little patch, the X39 patch. My name is Ken Burke, and I'm coming to you from Trinity, Florida. That's in the Tampa Bay area, Florida. I just walked outside here in my home, hoping it was gonna be nice and cool, and it really wasn't. So I have the air conditioning on. But thank the person if you're new to this presentation tonight. Please thank the person who invited you to take a look at this amazing little patch, and because it truly is about care and what this can do for you, your loved ones, and people you don't even know that you'd share this with, has been such a blessing for us in the last 7 months that my wife and I have experienced, and our family as well, thanks to this little stem cell reactivation patch. So I see a note here. All righty. So let me hide this floating control here. All right. So the question is, as you see, and what we're going to do tonight, just to let you know, is that you're going to find yourself being one of three people. You may be what we call number three, someone who you like what you see, but you want to do some more research. Totally get it. So just let us know you're number three. Or you may be someone who is a number two. That is someone who likes what you see and you want to get some patches for yourself and maybe your family. We'll show you how to do that. Or you may be a number one. That is someone who you love what you see. You want to get some patches for you, your family, loved ones. And you also want to hit the go button on the amazing rewarding program that's offered for those who share it. Not sell it. Big difference. And we'll explain that towards the end here. So just be comfortable from your own living room or where you're at to take a look at this with us. And we're honored to be with you. And so let's proceed. So as you can see here, this little patch I'm wearing here is being worn on this woman here. Can be worn anywhere on the body, actually. But what it's going to do is going to elevate and activate and regenerate your own cells, particularly your stem cells. And we love to talk about this gentleman, David Schmidt. He is the one who invented this patch. He actually started 20 years ago with the Navy SEALs. Now, just currently, he has over 130 patents to his name. I don't know, but he's got 2 patents. But he started the Navy SEALs 20 years ago. He was hired to be able to help them stay awake underneath the water 18 hours in these specialized submarines. And they didn't want to take amphetamines. And David, who is a God-fearing man and is a scientist inventor, who's really interesting, believed that God gave an insight into how he could create a 2-patch system, 2 patches at the time, 20 years ago, that worked using light from the body that actually leveraged their fat cells to give them energy, and it worked. And eventually the Berkeley swim team found out about it, which then led to Michael Phelps wearing this 2-patch energy system during the Olympics. And that led on to other sports players like Serena Williams and David Beckham, world-renowned sports players wearing this energy patch system. And 20 years later, you'll still see these patches on various sports people, this energy. And it's not this patch, but the 2-patch energy system. Well, from that time, over 20 years ago, he began to create other patches. But then in 2008, he turned his attention to stem cell regeneration. And the good Lord, over 10 years, gave him insights and 80 clinical studies to finally figure this patch out, this X39 patch. And I believe it's because it was on the 39 try. And he also correlates this to the 39 stripes on Christ's back. But it took hold. And in that time frame, he got this product patented by the United States government. I'm going to show you in a minute. And this, under the guide of the FDA, is a wellness patch. So thank the Lord, there's no side effects. Doesn't need to be monitored as a drug because there are no side effects. So it's completely safe for all our family and friends. Matter of fact, doesn't matter what kind of medication they may be on. There's no contraindication on it. So they can be on whatever medications they are. My dad was on 12 medications when I shared this patch with him back in the day. And he was 280 pounds, 1 kidney, all right, and neuropathy in his feet. And after COVID, his lungs went south, couldn't walk 20 feet with his walker. And I said, Dad, I came across this little stem cell reactivation patch. I'm going to share it with you and put it on. It's not going to conflict with any of your 12 medications that you're on. But maybe it'll help your neuropathy and your breathing. I don't know. And 6 weeks later, he called me up saying I can breathe again, bought me a plane ticket to go see my daughter, his granddaughter with the great grandbabies. And I was like, I'm not buying anything. You can't walk 20 feet with your walker. And 6 weeks later, he's in an Uber to Tampa International Airport and spent the week out with Brittany and the great grandbabies. His lungs healed. Fascinating. So thank you, David Schmidt, for having the prayerful insight and diligence over 10 years to stay in the game, $4.5 million to get this thing patented. And at that time, basically, the company was doing about 20 million a year with these other patches. And that was just a little over 4.5, almost 5 years ago. We're on track this coming year to probably hit $1 billion from 20 million. Fast growing company in the world, 90% of the sales, 86% coming from this one patch because of what's happening, and with no advertising budgets, word of mouth, like what's happening tonight. So here's this patent. And I want a 31-page patent that, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit here and bring this over to you. Bear with me. So make it easy to see some here, because I want to read just some of the highlights in this 31-page patent of what this thing is doing, because it really is spectacular on so many levels. It says here towards the bottom, it says that it's going to elevate this copper peptide, which then is going to activate your stem cells. It's going to improve energy, elevate antioxidants, reduce inflammation, manage pain, improve stamina, elevate collagen production, improve wound healing. That's all in the patent. I don't know one thing, and I used to work in the pharmaceutical industry, that did anyone that did these things in combination. Maybe they tried to. But look at all these things this thing does. It's absolutely spectacular. And this is a patented solution. And it's patented until 2040. So we have a United States patent to 2040. Then we have a global patent. This company currently is the fastest growing company in the world. It's currently in 80 countries. So what a blessing. We can share with loved ones here that then know people over there, and begin to bless people. So it's amazing. Well, here's the story of really what's happening. Why stem cells? What are stem cells? Remember, a stem cell can morph into any cell the brain tells it. And when you're in the womb, the first cell you and I was a stem cell. That then changed into 2 cells and 4, and now what you are now today. But then you're given a reserve of stem cells, right? So when you're 8 years old, you break a bone. The brain says, oh, I'll send stem cells there, and they'll morph into bone, marrow, tissue, ligament, joint, whatever the brain tells it to bring healing. When you're 80 years old, that does not happen. Why is that? Because by the time you're 30, half of your stem cells are now dormant. They're asleep. And having worked in the pharmaceutical industry, I think it's fascinating that no doctor ever told me that when you're a baby, all your stem cells are active. By the time you're 30, only half are active. The other half are inactive. And by the time you're 60, most of them are inactive. Until now, thanks to this patch, this turns them on back naturally, using light inside the body. What do you mean light inside the body, Ken? Well, if you ever seen somebody put infrared goggles on, what happens? Well, through the goggles, people light up. Why? Because you and I emit light, infrared light that comes from our DNA. It's fascinating. Actually, all creatures emit light. And so what happens is it's light therapy. The light inside my body from inside, boom, is bouncing off this patch. Now, what's in the patch? Salt and sugar. Really? No, seriously. It's microscopic, called nanocrystals from organic plants it took 10 years to figure out what combination there would work to emit a frequency combined with the frequency of light in the body that would create a signal to the brain to then elevate this peptide inside of us. And then when that happens, the brain says, oh, great, I'm going to reactivate your dormant stem cells. I mean, who'd have thunk it? It's actually fascinating. So it's using light to reflect from inside the body, not light from the sun. So you can be in pitch black, dark, doesn't matter. It's light inside the body. This thing is working. And so it's non-transdermal. Nothing is going into our body. It's fascinating, right? No drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, nothing invasive, no needles, And remember, it's your body that actually is doing the healing from the brain. It's not the patch. It's your body. And the body is designed to heal. When you cut your finger, what happens? It begins to heal. The brain is controlling that. But now, other things that are going on inside of you now can get better, like as if you were younger, because now the brain is going to have, if you decide to wear this patch, the ability to then turn on your dormant stem cells. And guess what all of us have? We all have stem cells. And guess what? All of us, as we age, those stem cells are going dormant. So everybody as you talk to them, their stem cells are dormant, are going dormant unless you have this patch. So what can you expect? How about increased strength? Could you use some strength? How about reduce inflammation? Anything with the word itis, okay, is related to inflammation. Increased stamina, energy, vitality, mental clarity, restored musculoskeletal condition, improvement in sleep. Could you use better sleep? How about skin appearance? I'll touch upon a couple of these things. My lovely wife, she's had more wrinkles in her décolleté area, and now she doesn't. Her hair was definitely thinner, and now 2 years in, it's longer, thicker, blonder. It's really awesome. And improvement in sleep, most of us will tell you, wow, we are sleeping so much better. I didn't know I wasn't sleeping until I found out, until this patch got me. It's amazing. Restored musculoskeletal condition. I used to own an advertising company, and one of my clients is a dentist, and they told me that they had a client come in and they couldn't put a post in their jaw because the bones were too brittle. And they said, come back in 6 months, change your lifestyle, change this and that, and maybe we can help you. 8 weeks later, that person comes back and the bones were no longer brittle. It's totally ready to have a post put in their jaw. And they said, what did you do? This patch. My neighbor, I had him put the patch on because he had all these skin potential things with cancer being burned off all the time. I said, hey, so-and-so, put this patch on. Your life's going to change. A year later, he comes to me, skin looking really good. And he said, hey, I just went to my dentist. And I don't know if this is anecdotal or not, but for 20 years, the same dentist, my gums have been receding. But now they're all filled in. So, and we're going to share a couple of testimonies in a minute here, beyond just what I'm sharing here, but it's just been spectacular on so many levels. This thing stopped my wife's hot flashes, 10 to 20 a day. Day 21 of the patch, boom, they stopped. Menopausal anxiety that used to dog her, we didn't know it was that at the time until it was gone. And now her confidence to go zip lining and do things, it's pretty amazing. I call this thing a happy patch. Here's another example of one of the clinical trials done. Here's a 77-year-old woman on the left here. You can tell her brain is inflamed. If there's inflammation in the brain, it's throughout the body. And here you are 3 weeks later on the patch, bam, her brain is back to a normal state. And then 3 weeks after that, it's sustained. I had a friend of a friend. She had a stroke, 60 years of age, and she had partial paralysis. That came back, but her state of well-being didn't. And she was like, doc, neurologist, when am I going to feel better? I said, that could be a couple of years. And it says, right now you have the brain of like a 90-year-old because of what you've been through. Well, then she gets on the patch, and a couple months later, goes back. She's feeling really great. They do another analysis on her brain, and the neurologist comes out and said, hold on, let me get my other buddy in here. And she said, you got the brain like a 20-plus-year-old. So it's amazing what the body can do when you give it an opportunity to do something. Hey, also, by the way, within the first few days, about a fourth of your genes, which make up who we are, separate from our stem cells, they reset to a younger state. Now, resveratrol and red wine got notoriety for being healthy because it reset 2 of our genes. This resets 4,000, right? Your brain within 6 weeks becomes balanced, left and right lobe of the brain. So your sleep, your energy, your focus is just going to get better. You'll be going through the shopping mall, grocery shopping, just feeling better. Like, what is that? And that's what happened for me, running my advertising company for 10 years, having 18 people working for me, and I'm the only guy selling, so they all get paid off my production. A lot of stress, a lot of years, a lot of sleepless nights, even though I trust the Lord, still, it was hard. Until it got this patch on. I had no idea 2.5 weeks in, my brain was going to bounce. Didn't realize it was out of balance. But then, boom, it came down from 85% to 15%. And I had no idea what living in the present was about. So before I went on vacations, I wasn't there. I was anxious. I was worried about the company. Now I go on vacations, and I'm excited about the sights I get to see in Europe and such. Absolutely amazing. Plus, I get to be with my grandbabies when I'm with them versus all spun up in my mind. Thank God for this. You put this patch on people with PTSD, been through discouragement, from teenagers to people going through divorce. It's a blessing. Right? Within 3 months, the collagen in your body refreshes. You clinically can't find anything else on the planet that's going to get more collagen production inside your body than from this patch. And that's the largest protein in your body. It's absolutely amazing. And these are clinical studies, right? And then in 6 months, your cardiovascular is going to reverse in age by about 2 years every 8 weeks, depending on your age. I had a friend of mine in a networking group. He got hit by a car when he was on his bike, and he's okay, but they did a body scan on him at the hospital and said, oh, so-and-so, we just discovered you have a stretched aorta, like 35% out. You got to come back in 12 weeks. We're going to give you bypass surgery and to get that fixed. In the meantime, starts wearing the patch. Remember, I said it does with pain management. For pain management, goes back 12 weeks later, and guess what? His heart had healed. Now, we were talking with Dr. and I think it's Andrew Scheimer. He's in Tampa. He's a world-renowned plastic surgeon, been on Dr. Oz, and he was at an event that we were at. My friend walked up and said, "Hey, this thing healed my heart." And the doctor said, "Well, I can tell you what it is." We're like, "Yeah, please do." He says, "Because your DNA is always talking to your brain." And the DNA said, "I made your heart to look like this, but now it looks like that." And the brain says, "I'll go ahead and fix it," like when you were a kid and you broke a bone. And that's what it did. So absolutely spectacular. And so here's the dynamic of the patch. When they tested the patch, they tested it in 2 different places on the body in order to get the patent. 2 inches below the belly button at one time consistently, and then again 2 inches below the hairline on the back of the neck and that bump, that C7. 2 different independent times to get the patent, but it can be worn anywhere in the body because there's light throughout the whole body. That's I have it on here right here. So you wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and you throw it away. You don't keep wearing the same patch all the time 24/7 because the brain would get used to it, and you don't want that to happen. You want to be in the regenerate the body and keep in the state of regenerating, so by resting and repairing and healing. And then also the heat in the body begins to degrade the quality of the patch, the lattice work inside the patch. So that's pretty hot, probably like 100 degrees from the body being trapped in the heat there. So after 12 hours, you want to take it off and throw it away. And put a new patch on. And so that's how that works there. And you can wear more than one patch. It doesn't do any good. I'm just telling you straight up. One patch gets it done because it's the brain that's doing the healing, and multiple patches aren't telling the brain more. The brain's already know what's going on with you. So more so than you and I do. Isn't that awesome? And so just put the patch on. But drink plenty of water. Most 75% of Americans supposedly are dehydrated because we just don't drink enough water. Take your body weight, divide by 2. So if you're a 180-pound male, then 90 is half of 180. That's how many ounces you should drink, 90, which is about almost a gallon and a half, because 64 ounces is a half a gallon. If you're a 128-pound woman, all righty, then half of that's 64 ounces, that's half a gallon. So basically, half a gallon for a 130-pound person. And, if you're over 200 pounds, you drink a gallon and of water. That's what you should be drinking every day. And then put some Celtic salt or maybe some Himalayan sea salt in there, because the body runs on electricity. And a quarter teaspoon in half a gallon, or half a teaspoon in all a gallon, which you're not going to really taste it, thankfully, is going to give you all the electrolytes you need and the trace minerals that you need. And whether you're on the patch or not, that's going to help you. But if you're on the patch, it's going to super help you because the body's going to repair and restore itself even faster. So as you can see, this is a most profound technology. It is a patch. No, nothing invasive. And the testimonies are amazing. Now, what I do want to do is, let me just make sure on our time, it's 8:17 right now. And I just want to stop. I'm going to have someone, which I haven't prepared on this, but usually I will have some folks on here that usually have a pretty amazing testimony, but just share with everybody. And I would like to just open it up for a minute here and to have somebody share. If you have, an amazing testimony of recent, or just what the patch has done for you and why you're so grateful on what this patch has done for you, then feel free to please unmute yourself and share with us, why you're so excited about this patch and why you want to share with your loved ones too. From the bottom left-hand corner, unmute yourself. Sound up on here. Like I said, just feel free to unmute yourself.
Hey, Ken, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey,
Hey,
I'll
Lord.
pipe in here. So I met your son-in-law first and then daughter at the gym. And
Right.
this, was a little while back. And I had a torn meniscus in my knee from not realizing that I was almost 40 years old and jumping off of something really tall at the trampoline park. And I was facing a surgery. I had scheduled a surgery actually, and gone in and talked to the doctor and just said, is there any way I could possibly avoid this surgery? And he said, well, you could go get stem cell injections, but they're going to be, several $1,000s and you're going to need more than one round most likely or whatever. And, it was looking at like it was going to be about $10,000. And I was like, nope, just kidding. We'll do the insurance covered surgery. So anyway, I scheduled my surgery, but then in the meantime, met Brittany and Steven and found out about the patch and that it was something to do with stem cells. So I said, gosh, for as cheap as this is comparatively, if this is going to do the same thing that $10,000 is going to do, it's worth a try. Let's just try it. And so I put it on, and probably it was not very long. I got relief within a few weeks from some of the pain in my knee, but I got it as a Christmas present last year. I had a surgery scheduled in February. And by the time February came around, like middle of February, I called my doctor and canceled my surgery because I no longer needed that surgery anymore. And my knee pain was basically 95% eliminated. And then as I continued to wear it, totally eliminated. And I have another thing that I don't think I've ever mentioned before to y'all about this is that there is a period in time where I stopped using the patches for about 2 months for a different reason. And I just needed to get off of them for a couple months and not, just to do something else. Anyway, when I did, my knee pain did not return. And I wanted to know, okay, is this really, did it heal it? Or is it just like, oh, is it the inflammatory, or whatever? And I had been living with this knee pain for over a year when I scheduled my surgery. So it was long lasting, not necessarily very recent. And so I know from that 2-month period in September and October that this actually healed my knee, did not just remove the pain, because it would have come back within 2 months of not using, the patch. And so anyway, just wanted to share that testimony that not only does it work, but it continues, it really does do the healing work that we want it to do.
That's awesome. That's a great, I love that. And that's exactly right. So, because the brain will create new meniscus, new ligaments, new joints. And so it wasn't just a temporary pain reliever. It was actually the body healing itself.
Exactly.
And that's awesome. I love that. And so thank you, Laura, for sharing that. Of course, your husband has crazy testimonies that we've captured before. So, but we'll move on here.
He's inside of Costco returning some things, or I would get him on. But
yeah, because man, these are just mind blowing. All righty. Anybody else? Because I've got one I'll share as well. But I just want to have a testimony you want to share while we're on the with any new folks here on why this patch has been such a blessing to you or your family.
Yeah, absolutely. Ken, my name is Jason. I started using the patch back on Memorial Day. And, I was struggling with really bad depression and anxiety. And I was taking probably 2 or 3 buspirone a day.
Right.
And by a month and a half to 2 months afterwards, I realized, you know what? My brain isn't on overdrive. I'm not overthinking. I'm not thinking doomsday scenarios.
Right.
I'm not thinking that everybody hates me, that they're all out to get me. I was able to put that buspirone down. I was able to say goodbye to it forever. Every once in a while, I might have a panic attack here and there, but very rarely, and definitely the exception. So it's not just, good for just physical ailments, but for mental as well. And it really gave me that freedom to go, oh, I can dream again. I can live again. I can breathe again without, thinking that the sky is falling. So I am so grateful for this patch.
Absolutely. What a blessing, isn't it?
Heck yeah.
People underestimate, just the mental insanity we all can go through. And it's a blessing. I'm so excited for you. And I can relate on that fight or flight mode and just weird things going on for years. Yeah. So no longer have it. What a blessing. Yeah. I will share that. So my wife and I, hopefully by Thursday, Lord willing, with Brittany, the inducers, we'll have our 10th grandbaby. But we have a precious granddaughter, Liliana, who was diagnosed as a level 3 autism. That's the highest level. It's the worst level, so 2.5 years old, not focused on a toy you give her, not focused on me or you. And as a granddad, one of the biggest joys of my life is to have my granddaughters and grandson, call me G-Dad, Granddad, and look at me, and I can see him across the room. It just lights you up. It's nothing better. But when you have a granddaughter who doesn't even recognize you, it's heartbreaking, really, for her and for the whole situation. And February 10th got the patch on her. And to the amazement of her therapist and all of us, she began to immediately begin to focus. And other issues got better for her and became verbal, said mom for the first time. So it's been just spectacular the past 8 months to seeing how Liliana has progressed and has been spectacular. And anytime you get this patch on a child on the spectrum, one of the first things their parents are going to tell you is, wow, they're focusing now. And so if you have family or friends, children on the spectrum, you definitely want to give them the opportunity to take a look at this amazing technology. But it's good for all from, 99 to 9, for a couple years old. All righty. Is there any one last testimony before we go on that's just an amazing, like, hey, I got to share this one before we move on to the next, and we'll go from there. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you basically how this company richly rewards those who share it, and also what does it cost to get some of the patches as well. And so, like I said, this company is a spectacular company. Next year in 2025, there should be a documentary coming out on Netflix on just the wonder of how this company has grown so quickly and the impact it's making around the world, and particularly based on this amazing patch. And then, of course, our founder is just a genius and things he's coming up. But so you're in good hands with an amazing company. And we're part of a team called This Is a Team. And even though the company's 20 years old, 28 months ago, Steve and Gina Merritt came over from another network marketing company. They left it. They wanted to come over to LifeWave. In order to do that, they'd have to walk completely from their downline and come on over. They just believed that this was the opportunity that was going to be answered prayer to help people and help their downline, because what they're in just wasn't working like it did before. But they came over and in 23 days hit the highest rank in this company. It's like 25 grand a week. And that was a record, because on average, it typically took 4 years to do that. And then they implemented a system that we all follow that gives people the ability, should God bless them, to begin to follow the same path. And my wife and I, who are kind of newer in this opportunity, we followed their lead, and we hit the highest rank in this business in 11 months. And then 11 months later, we were in a position where literally we could financially retire. And we were working 60, 70, 80 hours a week running our advertising company that was an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where we lived. A lot of stress going down, 18 people working for us. And while we're doing that full time, not changing my full-time gig, as I began to share this opportunity with family and friends, and all starts with 4. I started with my 4 people, and it began to build. And I'm going to show you that word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising. And thank God for that. And, so that you and I have the power, the ability to harness something that's bigger than you and I ever could, to be able to pay us potentially. It's no guarantees, like nothing else really could, because in order to really, like, we have a 19-year-old kid in this opportunity to hit the highest rank in the company, and I'm probably north of $500,000 a year. That's a lot of money for a 19-year-old. Then you have a 24-year-old north of $1 million. I know it just sounds really big, and I'm not trying to scare people off. I'm just saying there's a logical reason why. I'm a businessman. I have a degree in finance. I build businesses. And so I'm very strategic when I look at things, and I want to see the logic involved. And you have an 85-year-old grandmother, likewise, doing ridiculously well. All these people are not salespeople. I'm a gifted salesman. I always end at the top in sales. But apparently salesmanship isn't required. What is loving people, getting this patch on them. Then the patch does what you and I can't. It makes people's stem cells reactivate. And when that happens, for a few or many, basically, and the miracles begin to happen as you begin to hear what happens. People begin to share. When you see a good movie, and I see a good movie, or eat at a good restaurant, we'll get on social media, or we'll tell our friends, hey, have you seen this great movie yet? It's great. You got to check it out. Or this restaurant's awesome. You got to check it out. That's word of mouth. Well, you put this patch on, and all of a sudden, things that you were looking for that nothing else fixed, all of a sudden begin to get fixed. The first people you want to call are the people you love and care about. That's what I did. I got this on my wife. I started getting it on my children. We have 5. My wife and I have been married 33 years. We have 5 grown children, all out the door, 4 married, soon to be 10 grandbabies. And I called them. I was like, you guys need to get this patch on. And I called my dad, and Dad, you got to get this patch on. So, and that's what I was thinking about, because when you love people, you want to do right by them. And this patch stimulates your hearts to want to do right by the people closest to you. And what's so beautiful about this is that we have a system in place where it's one patch for people. It means you share one patch. This company makes other patches. We don't talk about the other patches, because the other patches only got this company to 15 million, 20 million a year in 15 years. And this one patch is taking it, basically coming to north of $1 billion into $1 billion here in this coming year. They're about probably 650, 700 million now, which is crazy. And, and so it's one patch and then 4 people. And so I'm going to show you this in a minute here and what that looks like and what does that mean. You'll continue to enroll and sponsor people, but it all starts with 4. And most of us have in our phone 50, 100, 200, 500 contacts. But with this phone, we're usually talking to our mom, our best friend, people we love and care about. That's who's communicating with us on this phone. Not social media, but people you're actually talking to, right? That you care and they trust you. And so, and we tell people, listen, once you believe it and you want to start calling, then you want to call your parents, your best friend, your uncle, and there, I'm sure out of 15, 20, your closest family and friends you call, there's at least 4 of them that that A, need to be wearing this patch, and B, they want to try it with you. And it all starts right there. But in the meantime, as you're sharing it, we have this website here called thisisitinfo.com. It's a landing page that has all the clinical studies, 80 clinical studies, all the research, videos that make it easier for those who may not be clinical, but just a common man like me. I'm an advertising guy. I like pictures. Okay, don't give me a lot of words. Show me something. Give me a video. Those short videos are on there. The second and third video down here are 3 minutes each. One, how light works on the body. Second one, how the founder created the patch. And then you can scroll down and see the patent, the studies, and anything else you want to see that any doctor would want to dive into. It's all sitting there. Plus, there's a testimonial section on here to be able to see. So it's a great referral source. So when you're sharing the patch and people say, hey, Ken, tell me more about this thing. Sure, give me your phone. I'll text you a link and take a look at this. Take a look at a couple of these videos and scroll down. And you tell me what you find and what you think, right? And so it's a great way to get this to in the hands of other people, so we don't have to be the expert, because we're not the experts. We didn't create the patch. We didn't do the research and studies on the patch. We're just people excited what it's done for our family and friends. And if you want to see all that, then here's a link for them. That's replicatable. And that's, as a businessman, the most powerful way to grow an organization or to be able to prosper is, 1, on simplicity. We've got it, one patch, 4 people. And then is on replication. Can the next person do what you just did? Can this person be excited and share this link with somebody else? Probably. Can your mom do it? Probably. And that's really important, because you need a system to follow that makes it easy, and this does. We already told you about the growth of the business, and listen, here's reality for all of us. We all are looking for more time with our family, and maybe your family life isn't the best. Well, then you're part of an organization that maybe we can help pray it in. It gets better, right? And then who doesn't want more time? You can be healthy, but if you don't have time because you're still working the rest of your life, though you're healthy, you still, you maybe enjoy your time, but now you're still punching a time clock to get it done. Well, this opportunity has the ability to collapse the next 20 years of your life financially, potentially. No guarantees, okay? But this is what we're seeing with people collapsing 20 years of their work life, of all they're going to try to save and retire, into about 24 months, 12, 24, 36 months. As it did for my wife and I in 22 months, north of $1 million a year. Insane. And while we were working full time, plus. So yeah, that's a blessing. And and who doesn't want to be debt free? And obviously we all want better health. These are just obvious markers that we're all trying to get more of. And in this opportunity, we want to help you do that as well. And it has the potential, the upside, to do much of this, if not all, as it is for my wife and I. And it all starts here. Now, listen, there's 3 ways this company rewards us financially when you share it, not sell it, share it. I don't, and by the way, what we're talking about this is an envelope that has inside of it a sleeve. And in that sleeve here are 30 patches. And they're good till, this is good till, I think it says September of 26. That's like over a year and a half from now. I'm like, I guess if you lose them for a year and you find them again, hey, they're still good. So unless they've been in your car, you don't want to heat disintegrate them. And so what that does is, and I usually have my patches on me, I'll pull them out, is that you open this thing up, rip, and you take the patch out, and one of the 30, and you just peel back the sticker and you put it on wherever you put it on. Boom. And so this thing here usually is $149 on a retail basis for a 1 month supply. But as I told my dad and my friends, and whether or not they're going to share the patches or for money or not, you don't want to pay the retail, right? You want to get it for wholesale because you can get it down to 99 or less. Would you like to do that? Yeah. Well, let me show you how that's done. And so you sign up as a brand partner. Everything's month to month, and the company's fine whether you sell anything or not. It's okay, right? But you're going to get a wholesale. And so, but when you do that, the company is going to reward you. And if someone buys a wholesale pack of either 3, 6, or 20, then you're going to get and you only do that one time. You only buy a 3, 6, or 20 kit pack one time, and you enroll somebody who does that, you're going to get a $35, $75, or $405 bonus respectively. All right. So that's great. That helps offset your initial purchase when you came in, whether you bought a 3, 6, or 20 pack. And, but then this second way we get paid is called team commission. And so when you enroll a friend, 4 friends, 2 left and 2 right, in this binary system you see here on this picture on the bottom right-hand corner, then you're starting what's going to be the beginning of a left team and a right team, starting with 2 people. 2 people left, 2 people right. That's what we did. And guess what? As that team gets bigger, your team commission, which is residual money, all based on the purchases of the 3, 6, or 20 packs that people are buying one time, not over and over. And then they go on a monthly reorder program, usually 2, one for them, one for their spouse. And you're getting a piece of all that as that thing grows. And that can go to $25,000 a week, which is crazy. Now, the company actually rewards beyond that. And that's on this next thing here called matching bonus. And so what happens is when you enroll a friend who buys a 3, 6, or 20 pack, and they begin to make some residual money based on what happened here. Say they start making $1,000 a week, and I'll explain this a little bit more in a second. But say they start making $1,000 a week, then the company's going to reward you with a 25% bonus, which is $250 on what your friend's getting $1,000 a week that you enrolled. Boom, you get a $250 bonus. Now, if your friend enrolls somebody, whether you know them or not, the company says that's your second generation person, and they start making $1,000 a week, what have you, you're going to get a 20% bonus, $200. And then that second generation person, where you know them or not, they enroll somebody, and maybe they start making $1,000 a week. Well, you're going to get 20% of a bonus on top of their $1,000. Now you make another $200. And so what the company is doing, every time you enroll one person who's doing something to build a business, and they enroll somebody, and that person enrolls somebody, you're getting a 25%, 20%, 20% additional bonus above and beyond what they're making proportionally as a reward. Now, as you continue to enroll more people, then that means there's another level and another level that you can get bonus off of. So the income is potentially unlimited in that regard. And so it's pretty powerful. And we have a website that further explain this, but I just want to give you a run by. But here, let's go back to this first position here, where you see you here. Let me see if I can blow this up at all. Hold on, see here. Blow this over. All right. So let me blow this down a little bit. So you see you here, if you come in and buy a 6 or 20 pack, okay, and I'll tell you about the pricing in a second, one time, and you go on a 2-sleeve monthly reorder program, it's all month to month, click off any time, that protects all our integrity, so none of our family and friends are locked in, okay? They're just going to purchase a 3, 6, or 20 pack. And if they purchase a 3-pack, by the way, you're limited to $100 a week on the team commission, and there is no executive check match. So the 3-pack is really that 90-day supply. And let me tell you something about the 90 days. This is really important. I share with people that there's a 30-day back money guarantee on this. I said, don't waste your time with that, because 97% of those who wear this product for 90 days see results. So I tell all my family and friends, just get the product and get it on for 90 days. Because 97% of the time, you're going to be more than happy. Because in 90 days, the collagen in your body's going to refresh. Your skin, hair, nails just going to get better, longer, faster, less gray. I used to have gray eyebrows. I don't now. Pretty awesome. My hair is thicker. I don't have a lot, but it's thicker and less gray. I said in 8 weeks, your cardiovascular will be at least 2 years younger. 4 to 6 weeks, the left, right, lower brain going to balance. So at a minimum, you don't want to wear this for 90 days. All right. And so if you want to kick the tires and get a 3-pack for you and your spouse, and gives you 1 to share, and then go on a 2-sleeve monthly reorder program and give yourself that 90-day runway, right? And then, but if you want to hit the go button on the comp plan, buy the 6-pack or 20-pack one time. You don't do that again, and that's going to get the product down from $99 on the 3-pack. The 3-pack is $295, so it's like that's like $98 a sleeve, whatever. And but the 6-pack, that's $535. That's $89 each. All right, or 6 of these. And so if you buy a 6-pack and then your friends over here get a 3-pack, all 4 of them, and they go on a 1-sleeve monthly maintenance reorder program, and you're on a 2-sleeve monthly maintenance. So you're at a 6-pack, 2-sleeve. They're on a 3-pack, 1-sleeve, all 4 of them. You hit the first rank in this business called manager. That opens you up to start making, now not then, but opens you up to start making up to $1,500 a week on this residual 25K potential. And then the goal is, after that, is we're going to go help your friends do the same thing you just did. Help them go manager. Who's excited? And we'll help launch them, do a private Zoom for them, get their family and friends on the call, and maybe just on a call like this, maybe they like what they see, and maybe 4 of them sign up. And so maybe they're manager by dinner too. But what we do is we simply focus on 1 patch, 4 people, 1 patch, 4 people, and we begin to help those people get their 4. And obviously you will continue to, because you're excited, because what's going to happen is people are buying patches and wearing patches. Guess what's going to happen? Miracles are going to start to occur. Your belief's going to go higher, right? Your excitement's going to get bigger. You're going to want to tell more family and friends about the patch. You're going to be enrolling more people in this opportunity. So you're not just past 2 and 2, you'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, what have you, And so my wife and I, on an average, enroll at least a couple of people a week, at a minimum. Every week. Been doing that for 26 months now. And and you think our belief isn't high because of what we see? It's spectacular. And yours will too. Because when you see lives change, there's nothing better. Money's good, but miracles are better. And doing right by others is the best. And it's all really built on relationship. This business is a relational business. It's about people you love and care about first and foremost, and helping get those first 4. Who are the first 4 people in your life that you love right now? How are they doing? How's their health? How's their sleep? How's their blood work? Have they had surgeries recently? Are they anticipating going to surgery? Could this patch change their life? Could you be the miracle for them? As my friend who called us 26 months ago and said, Ken, did Diana tell you about the patch that had changed my life? No. Joyce, what's up? And she had been in a car wreck back in 2019, and shared how after they put 4 titanium discs in her neck, she had throat swallowing issues and all kinds of issues, and now they're all gone. And her headaches are gone. Her hair is going back thicker. And her sister's bone-on-bone knee pain was gone, and her migraines are gone. That was over 2 years ago, and her sister still to this day never needed that surgery. So Joyce was a miracle for me that then dominoed to my wife. No longer hot flashes. My autistic granddaughter, who now is doing so much better. Crazy, So could you be the miracle in your family and friends' lives by just getting the patch on you and getting on them too? So, and once again, it all starts with this position of manager. And it's a genius business model because we just want to help you become a manager making machine. And we'll help you. We're all doing the same thing in our team. Our team, so this company is a fast growing company in the world. Okay. Our team is only 28 months old, and our team is the fast growing team in the history of this company. Because unlike other teams that talk about all the other patches, like Japan, believe it or not, was leading the way before our team came, and internally inside this company, Japan was leading the way. Our team came on, and we're the Japanese, we love them dearly, are all talking about all the other patches. We come in and say, no, it's one patch, 4 people. And that was replicatable. And then so what happens, our team began to grow. And now the United States leads the way worldwide on the overall share. And our team, believe it or not, is the fast growing team in the history of this company. We're growing faster than the company. We have almost 250,000 people now on our team. We're the fast growing direct sharing team, I call it, in the world. And now you get to be part of this team where we're all saying and doing the same thing, which means it makes it easy for the next person to help you win. So you're not in this by yourself. You're in it for yourself to bless others, but you're not by yourself, because now we're all doing and saying the same thing, and we can help you win. And so it's spectacular. And so if you never knew anything more about the comp plan or the ranks, nothing, and only understood this thing right here, manager, and then you help your friend go manager, and of course you enroll people along the way, you'll hit every rank in the company, win every trip in the company, and go as far as this thing could ever take you. And that's what I love about this, because life is busy for many of us, and we're already working full time. Some 2 jobs, some 3. Who needs one more thing to do in their life? I sure the heck didn't when I heard about this. But what this did is it didn't give me one more thing to do. It gave me something new to believe in that I didn't have before. And I had a new bounce in my step. So when I was working 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, I had something new in my heart that in between the nooks and crannies, I could share with my family and friends and my clients and customers. Hey, have you heard about this patch? No, what is it? It's this. It's done this for my family and friends. Would you like to learn more about for you? Cool. I'll send you some info on it, and then take a look at a Zoom, and maybe I can help you sign up some patches if you want. You know, how simple is that? So what happens is, here's the order form. Here's the 3-pack, 6-pack, 20-pack packs called the Core Advanced Premium. You know, you don't do it again and again. You can only do it one time, not allowed to buy it more than once. You can upgrade to it. So if you start, you say, hey, Ken, the core, I just want to make sure this thing's gonna work for me, my family, me, my wife. So I'll buy the core kit, and I'll go on a 2-sleeve monthly subscription. We'll give it a 9-day runway. Great. $295 and then $199 a month, you know, for the next couple of months. And that's billed then, and you can clear off anytime. You're not locked in. Or you say, hey, Ken, I'm actually a number 2. I want to hit the go button. I mean, I want to be able to get some packs for me and my family, and maybe hit the go button on this comp plan. Fine. Get the advanced or the premium pack, $535 or $1,750. And believe it or not, $1,750 is nothing. I mean, from a business owner perspective, I'm thinking, where in heaven's name could you make? I'm not saying you're going to make this, but there are people who are, or one of them, where you can make $1 million a year on a $200 a month investment. You know how much money I had to spend every month, and what I had to invest in my advertising company, employing people, and everything I had to do to keep that thing humming and going just to make some money. We weren't making $1 million a year, by the way. It was a lot of work, you know. And here I'm just saying, hey, for $1,700, you know, and some change, whatever, one time, never do that again, and then go on a 2-sleeve monthly reorder program. You're saying that I could make all that money back in spades, and then potentially do way better than I ever thought I ever could, you know, because there's a team I can partner with, and they're going to help me. And so it's not a lot of pressure, and it's really one patch, and it does this. Really? Seriously. It's awesome. And, but the beautiful thing also, if you happen to buy that 20-pack, is you can push your 2-sleeve monthly reorder program out 90 days. So next month and the following month, you don't have to get the 2 sleeves. And that saves you $199 next month and $199 the following month. So it saves you $400 basically. But why would, hey, Ken, why would I want 20 of these? I'll tell you why. If you're excited, you're going to want to begin to share this. But what's going to happen is you're going to take basically 2 of these today out of that 20-pack, because that's you and your spouses for the month. And then you're going to get 2 more next month that you want to take out. So now you take out 4, and then you take 2 more out. You're going to take 6 out of that 20 and leave it 14. Well, what do you do with the 14? You do a place and replace program. So you partner with us, we'll help get sponsored people in. And then what you'll do is you'll front your friend, like we did. We sponsored a friend at church not too long ago, Saturday night, and they bought a 20 pack. I went to my car, said, I'm going to front you one of these now so you could wear it today. Right. And so when you get yours in on Wednesday or when that's going to be, you'll have at least 5 days where now you could have worn the patches. Well, the next day they call and said, hey, you're not going to believe how well we slept. And then 3 days later, Joe calls me and said, Ken, I've seen 4 chiropractors in 10 years and none of them helped me feel this good. This is amazing. So now they're already excited, wanting to call their family and friends about the patch. They still hadn't had theirs in the mailbox yet because I fronted them one. And then when they got theirs in, they're going to replace a brand new one back to me. So I get a brand new one back. They keep the one I fronted them. So we call it place and replace. So, well, if I'm on the advanced kit where now I get 6 of these, that's the 6-pack. Well, I'm going to keep 2 for myself. Now I have 4 to do the share, but by the time 30 days up, I may have enrolled more than 4 people. And now I'm going to be out. I can't help that. So I want to be on that premium. Plus, you'll find that people will do what you do. You'll find that 1 in 4 friends will, hey, what did you? Well, I did that 20-pack. Okay, I'll do that 20-pack too. You know, and so, but what you do is you come into where you believe, right? Either, hey, like I said, you're gonna be a 3, 2, or 1. Either 3, hey, Ken, I like what I see. I need to do more research. Man, no problem. Right now, everybody on this call is a volunteer, right? Like none of us are asking ourselves or according to a boss. Like we all willingly get on this and do this because we believe in it. It's worth it. And so if you need to do the research, please, by all means. Or maybe you're a number 2. Hey, Ken, I want to get some pads from my family. So maybe you get that core kit going to 2C monthly maintenance, or you have a bigger family. You want to get some of your kids on it. Get the 6-pack, right? And then go on a 2C monthly maintenance. If you need to order more, then you can do that too. Or you say, Ken, I'm ready to hit the go button. And I know a lot of people and I get the place and replace program. I'm going to get that premium pack. Or can I like to, but I can't afford that. I can only do the advanced. Fine, do the advanced now. And then when it's time, you can upgrade for the difference and be made whole on that premium pack. But once you bought the premium, you can never buy that thing again. You can't buy them again, actually. Yeah, this is built on a 2C monthly maintenance program. And so that's just how this thing works. So I'm hoping I'm making some sense to you. I know we're talking a little quickly, but you can get with your upline and who invited you. And so let me go backwards here. And so once again, you're part of the family should you come in and get patches. We call it friends and family, and we're here to help you out. And it's 8:52 right now. I want to make sure I wrap this up to honor your time by 9 o'clock for sure. And but once again, we showed you earlier, this is info.com. Our team is called This Is It. This is it. This is it team. So if you go to thisisitteam.com, this is it team Facebook page, this is it team YouTube channel, this is it team.com, this is a team Facebook page, this is a team YouTube channel, then you can see all about our team. And this is at team.com. Well, that kind of gives you what the franchise booklet is like, if you will. You know, you got teenagers who run a McDonald's because they work on a formula for success. Well, this is at team.com will show you a formula for success if you go on it. And so you can go there. And, you know, so now it's a matter of, where are you at? You're a 3, 2, and 1. And if you're 1 ready to launch, we want to help you get your first 4. And what you'll do is you'll get with us and we'll help you book a launch Zoom. And we'll show you how to contact and invite your family and friends to it. And then if you get, half a dozen or a dozen of them on that thing, probably 4 are going to want to sign up with you to get these pats on them because they know people too. And so we have so this business, by the way, is so beautiful. It's built on convention. Basically, it's like a path. Go from convention to trip to convention to trip. Last year, there were 4 trips that one could have earned. We earned 3 of them. It was amazing. And one was a Bora Bora. Another one was a 550 of us got on a ship. They flew us out to Italy, got on a ship there, went to Croatia and Greece, Santorini, Mykonos. Spectacular. Right. And then 800 of us, over 800 of us just got back. Beautiful, resort in Punta Cana. All of us had a jacuzzi on our balcony and big sunken area for a living area, big master bedroom, huge walk-in bathrooms, and gifts on our bed every day. I mean, this company just takes care of you. And then before that was Cancun. That's all just last year. Well, in a few months, we're going to be going to Punta Mita. We'd love to take you with us. And so that's not listed here, but it's an awesome thing. So there's more trips coming up next year, but we go to convention, and this is a virtual convention. Like this team knows that many of us are working full time. We don't have a lot of time. So, so on a Friday night and all day Saturday, virtually. So if you're your home from your own home, you can get on this convention. And what it does is nobody's hit the highest ring in this company has not gone to these events. So it's like a surefire way to help get you further, because you go to this event and when you see that 19-year-old kid who's making over $500,000 a year, and you're thinking, well, holy smokes, if he can do it, I definitely can do it. Or that 24-year-old making over $1 million, or that grandmother who's doing ridiculously well. And you hear the testimonies and the stories and the miracles of what's happening with this patch and how common folks are implementing this basic system. And then the word of mouth begins to take hold and begins to do things by creating more miracles and financial blessing in your life. It begins to just light you up like a Christmas tree. You know, it's spectacular. So it's just something that we have available to you for $150, which is nothing. I used to spend buku dollars on Tony Robbins. Love Tony Robbins, by the way. But this is practical, tactical. My wife and I spend, I'm not proud of this, but we'll spend $150 going out to eat. Right? And then it's gone. It was in our belly and out. You know what I'm saying? So this stays with you and bless your lives and many others too. So, and we do have a Zoom schedule, and you know, and it's Monday nights, 8 and 10 o'clock, Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock. The Latinos have a Thursday night, 8 o'clock, and then we have a Friday, noon to 12:30, and then there's training on Saturday. And all those Zooms are designed to send your friends and family to take a look that gets a burn off you. Plus me, I do Zooms like this tonight, and I do private ones also, and as an upline SPD in the company to help you win. So, and my job is to work with brand new people coming in to help them go manager. So I'm excited. If you need to do a Zoom with your family and friends, let's do it. I'm going to help you and help you and help your family and help some people get patched and watch the miracles occur. So that's pretty much the end of our presentation for tonight. I'll stop sharing at this point. And so it's been a pleasure to have teamed up with you on this time together. Please get back with the person who invited you, and they will be sure they're happy to help you with what you need, whether you're a 3, 2, or 1. And so it's been a blessing to be with everybody, and look forward to hopefully getting to know you better if I haven't met you yet. And to help you win. So, but everybody have a wonderful evening, and God bless everybody. And so thank you for the opportunity to serve you tonight. Good night, everybody.